Right, so got a couple more additions to the repurposed bushcraft equipment. So I've got another bag, and at last I've been able to make some knives and a few more stainless steel cups, and I'll explain what they're from, kind of where I got them and what I've changed or whatever I've done to them. So this bag I got today, got this from a charity shop for, well, you can see that, but £5.99, so £6 basically that was. I think it's a woman's handbag, to be honest with you, but it's made out of really heavy duty leather, all leather, every single part of it. Instead of being stitched, it's kind of, I suppose it's stitched, but it's had holes punched, and then it's been weaved through like this. A couple of little pouches on each end, and I was going to do two things with this. Now, one, I was going to attach it to my homemade pack frame at the bottom, which I will show you how I'm going to do that in a minute, or I was going to cut it up and make it into other things, but I'm not sure what to do at the minute. I might put it on the homemade pack frame at the bottom, see what it's like. If I don't use it, then I'll cut it up and use it for other things, you know, knife sheaths, pouches. I'd definitely probably, if I took these off, I'd probably cut these so I could put a loop on top and have to keep these little pouches or something. But I'm not too sure, but I think I'm going to keep that for putting on the pack frame. So the other thing what I'd got repurposed was some new knives at last, which I've made. Now some of you might have seen some of these already, but some of you may not have done. So this one is a secateur, another secateur blade knife. That makes an alright little knife. This one is like one of those, I think it's like a gardening one, like a pruning knife. But the handle was all snapped off, I think, and terrible, so I've re-put on this bamboo handle. And these two were old style carving knives, I think. And this one was about this long, and this one was a bit longer, and they've been cut down, reshaped and then rehandled. And the handles on these ones are U. Just got to make some sheaths for these now. So a couple of repurposed knives there. This one I've been doing, not quite finished. This was like one of those old fashioned carving knives as well. And I've put a different handle on that one now. Cut it down, it was like this long. Cut it down, reshaped it, reground it, and put a new handle on. I'm not quite finished the handle yet though. And they're surprisingly, you can't really see, but they're surprisingly thicker than you'd think they would be. I would say, in comparison, they're about the same thickness as a Mora knife, definitely. So a couple more knives, and then some repurposed tin cups, well, stainless steel cups. I've showed these before, me bending these handles. Well, I've done them slightly different this time, because someone gave me an idea, why don't you do them along, down, and then leave a bit there for your other finger to go on like that. And I think that was a good idea. So this is, they're measuring cups, and they kind of come like this, and you just shape the handle like that. If you can get it closer, by all means, like this one. Like I said, I've showed this before. This one is a a 1 cup measuring cup, and that's 250 milliliter. 250 milliliter. I don't know if you can see on there. There it says 1 cup, 250 milliliter, and then it says stainless steel. And I had forgot to say last time, but inside you can just about see it's got the measurements there as well, and on the outside. So you got 3/4, half, and 1/4. So that's 2 stainless steel repurposed cups to go with the kit as well. You can probably make some small ones, but you're only going to get something like a shot glass worth out of that. So not much point really, but right, so that's that. I'll show you how I'm going to attach this onto my pack frame, or thinking about it. Right, so this is the old homemade pack frame that I'd made. That's it there, that side. Surprising how well this works. And I've got like an old army haversack. Old army haversack there. And that's got repurposed stuff in it. Just point this down a little bit. Old army haversack with stuff in, and what I was going to do, this part was empty because what I usually do if I went down the woods, and taking a tarp, I would tie a tarp on here and a blanket or whatever, but that wasn't ideal. But I suppose what I could do, it all depends, I could do the bag so it's removable, so I could have the bag somehow strapped on like that. That's what I'm thinking. Somehow strapped like that. Maybe do it removable. Got plenty of these straps on it, so probably would be able to do it, maybe adjust some stuff. And if it was removable and I kept it intact, I could take this off, put this away, and then put a tarp and a sleeping bag on or something, maybe. But to be honest, both of these I could take the haversack off and use that on its own. I could take this off and use that on its own. That's the good thing about things, you know, making things yourself. You can do it how you want it. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way of putting that on there. I don't really want to take that off. I don't really want to damage this if I'm going to keep it. So I might have to add some stuff or do something to it to get that on there. But that's the idea. Or if that fails, because it's heavy duty leather, I'm going to cut it up and make something else out of it. Right, so that's a couple more homemade or repurposed, you know, bushcraft survival equipment ideas. If I think of anything else and I'll do some more, I'll show you and let you know. So cheers for watching, I'll see you later.